Hey everyone, welcome back for another deep dive. We all want to share the things we're passionate about with our kids, right?
Absolutely.
And for a lot of us, that includes a life for the arts.
Yeah.
But how do we introduce art to our kids in a way that feels authentic?
Mm.
How do we spark a genuine, lifelong love for creativity instead of, just ending up with another macaroni necklace on the fridge?
Right. It's a question a lot of parents ask.
Exactly. And that's what we are diving into today.
Okay, sounds good.
I was reading this article recently about fostering creativity in kids, and it really resonated with me. It offered 5 core principles, almost like tools we can use.
I like that tools. Practical.
Yes. So the article emphasized exposing kids to different genres of art, encouraging them to actively participate, taking them to live events, providing them with the materials they need to create, and then celebrating whatever they make.
It sounds like a very well-rounded approach for sure.
Right. But while these principles seem pretty straightforward, I think there's a lot to unpack here. So, for example, that first point about exposing kids to different genres, I think a lot of parents might be making a big mistake early on, especially when it comes to something like music.
Oh, absolutely. And it's completely understandable. Parents often gravitate towards what they know, what they enjoy, assuming their child will naturally share their taste. But the thing is, research shows that limiting kids, let's say, to only pop music or just children's songs can actually be a disservice. Yeah, it's like think of a child's brain like this incredibly absorbent sponge, soaking up patterns, rhythms, emotions from all the sounds around them. Exposing them early on to a diverse range of sounds, even something like classical music with its complex melodies, strengthens those neural connections.
It's like building a strong foundation then.
Exactly. And those early connections, they have an impact on other areas too, like language development, spatial reasoning. There are even studies, believe it or not, that suggest early musical diversity can improve a child's coordination and even motor skills.
Wow, I never would have thought of that connection. I mean, it really makes you think twice about hitting play on that same repetitive kids' song playlist, doesn't it?
It does. It's about opening up those pathways in the brain, not shutting them down prematurely. And it brings us to that next point about encouraging participation. Because when children feel free to explore different artistic avenues, they're more likely to find what truly resonates with them.
It's not about the perfect drawing or the flawless piano recital, is it? It's about the joy of experiencing the creative process itself.
100%. Because every scribble, every attempt, every note that's a little off key, it's all a valuable step in their artistic journey.
I love that because it's when we start focusing too much on the outcome, on those perfect results, that we risk stifling their joy, their natural curiosity, that sense of exploration.
That's so true. And it actually reminds me of another point from the
Oh,
article.
which one?
Attending live events, obviously concerts come to mind. But there's a whole world of artistic experiences out there that we might be missing.
That's true. What would you suggest? Something maybe a little less obvious. What kind of artistic outing do you think parents might be overlooking?
Well, how about a visit to a museum? Even the children's sections, often filled with interactive exhibits, those can be incredibly enriching, igniting a child's curiosity.
Yeah, for sure.
Or even a local craft fair. Seeing artists at work, watching that creative process unfold in front of their eyes can have such an impact.
Oh, I love that.
And you know what else I think is great?
Yeah.
Just a simple walk through an outdoor sculpture garden. It might sound, I don't know, too simple maybe, but it's these kinds of experiences that help children understand that art isn't confined to a museum or a stage. It exists everywhere.
Yeah.
It's all around us.
You're planting seeds.
Exactly. And speaking of planting seeds, that ties in with the idea of providing materials, doesn't it? Giving children the tools to create, to experiment, to express themselves. I really appreciated how much the article stressed the importance of process over product.
I did too. That's such an important distinction because it's about celebrating all their efforts, not just those picture-perfect outcomes.
And there's a fascinating neurological reason for that. You see, when we're stressed or afraid to make mistakes, our brains, well, they kind of go into this like fight or flight response, which can actually block creativity.
Really?
Yeah. But when we're in a supportive environment where it's okay to experiment, to maybe not get it perfect on the first try, different parts of our brains are activated, those parts that are linked to more innovative and creative thinking.
So, by fostering this sense of creative freedom early on, we're not just teaching art skills, but we are actually nurturing essential life skills.
You got it. Self-esteem, resilience, the willingness to take risks, all these things are incredibly valuable. no matter what path they end up choosing in life.
It's about raising children who are not afraid to think outside the box, to see the world through that creative lens. And who knows, maybe, just maybe, instead of asking our kids, what do you want to be when you grow up, we should be asking, what kind of beauty do you want to bring into the world?
Oh, I love that.
Just something to ponder as we wrap up our deep dive today. I hope you found this conversation as inspiring as I did.
Me too. It's been great.
Until next time, keep exploring and keep creating.